Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation podcast live, guys. Tonight is the pre-game as we build up towards the game at Hibernian tonight. Rangers taking on Hibs at Easter Road. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the team is out. Hello to everyone in the live chat. We will get to some live chat comments very, very soon indeed. But what you've all come here for is the team. That's what you're all interested in. That's what you all want to know. And here is tonight's team, as has been revealed by manager Philippe Clement. So in goal, Jack Butland. Not a surprise that Jack is there in goal. That's got to be there. Got to be the main man. James Tavernier at right back. Back four is as expected, though, isn't it? Tav, Suter, Balogun, and Ridvan. John Suter, a lot on his shoulders tonight. He steps up and is replacing Connor Goldson. A few people on X today saying that we will miss Goldson's organisational abilities and miss Goldson tonight. Hopefully not too much. Certainly. Gareth said it's an interesting team, yes. The two in front of the back four, pretty much as we predicted, John Lundstrom and Nicholas Raskin. Nicholas Raskin making his way back to fitness. Nicholas Raskin needs to come up big tonight. Nicholas Raskin needs to be on point tonight. He needs to go box to box. He needs to dominate and he needs to show the best he can tonight. It really is very, very important that we get the best of Nicholas Raskin, that we get him back to somewhere near to where he was last season. Gareth, yes, I am doing the game tonight. It will be on about 7:35 here tonight on the channel. Then we've got the three behind them: McCausland, Cantwell, and Matondo. You know what? You're looking at that and you're thinking, I'll tell you what, I'll look at that first 11 before we talk about the three behind the striker. You've got to expect that now this is what Philippe Clement sees as his strongest team, without obviously new signings coming in, without Diamande, without whoever else is set to arrive. So McCausland on the right-hand side, a lot on Ross McCausland tonight, not only I think to get forward and attack this Hibs defence, but also I think to support his captain and work back. Hibs have got play very much a 4-4-2 system, so they will try and overload out wide. They'll try and get the ball out to the wingers with the fullbacks going on beyond the wingers to really try and put us under pressure. So I think, Ross McCausland, love Ross McCausland to bits, think he's fantastic. But Ross is certainly someone who, one thing he does need to work on is his tracking back. So that is something we hope to see from him tonight. Rabbi Matondo starts on the left with obviously Abdallah Sima injured, although I suppose he is away at AFCON. So, look, he can't play anyway. Todd Cantwell in the 10 role. And there's a lot of you are saying, Todd Cantwell has to get in there tonight and really start to show what he is worth. Todd is an enigma. He really is. If you look back to the end of last season, Todd was fantastic. He was brilliant. He was widely regarded as the best player in Scotland. Yet tonight, he's going into this game with a little bit of pressure on him, a little bit of, he needs to dominate the game. This is the sort of game we need Todd Cantwell to be getting some control over, to really be running tonight. This is a game that we need Todd to be dominating. So Todd Cantwell there, and Fabio Silva starts up front in place of Cyril Dessers. I don't think that's a surprise. I do think that Philippe Clement sees Silva as his option up there if and when, or possibly whatever happens with us signing a striker in the rest of this transfer window. Let's not talk about that man from Hearts tonight. Let's hope they don't give us an excuse to talk about that man. That man from Hearts tonight. So that's the lineup. And the other thing I think is really interesting there from that team is the link-up play between Cantwell and between Silva. They link very well indeed. They swap backwards and forwards. That is, if you've watched the games that recently, especially the Copenhagen game, there was times when Todd Cantwell was in advance of Fabio Silva and Fabio was going back to get the ball from the back four or get the ball from the fullbacks. So we may see that sort of variance there with that. Interesting point from Bobby as well. A bit of a swap with Silva and Matondo through the game could well be it. Could well be the situation. Now, the substitutes today are, again, there's a little bit of impact there off the bench. Robbie McCrory, who did very well against Dumbarton on Saturday. Ryan Jack is on the bench. Good to see Ryan there. That's the sort of guy we need, I think, especially near the end of the game. If this is a game that we've sort of, we're 2 up, we're 3 up, get Ryan on there, shore it up, and really bring it home. Cyril Dessers on the bench, as Sharpie Staunch says. Dessers is better off the bench. When he was successful at Feyenoord, he came off the bench a lot. Most of his goals in the Europa League were scored when he came off the bench. Tom Lawrence, good to see him there. Again, some impact in the 10 role there. We can put Tom Lawrence on to make impact. Dujon Sterling returns again. So again, we've got cover at fullback there. We've got cover in midfield. Scott Wright also on the bench. Borna Barisic, don't need to see him tonight. He's on the bench. Leon King on the bench and Adam Devine on the bench tonight. So these are the interesting. This is the team news for tonight so far. It is a good, strong team. I think that's that is pretty much the strongest 11 we can name at this moment in time. The fact we haven't obviously brought anybody in the window yet. We do need to obviously strengthen in that position. And as Philippe Clement said, that he would not be happy if this was the squad that he finished the transfer window with. Very interesting indeed. Scott Hammond says, not one clinical finisher in our squad. Aldo says that's a big message to the board from Clement. We need a new striker, and Dessers is not good enough. Interesting, that Dessers has been benched despite the fact that he did score on Saturday, but he did miss an awful lot of chances. He took, 5 chances, 6 chances? And as I joked on Rangers Review this morning, even though Rangers Review are never interested in what I've got to say, I'm probably one of the most hated men on YouTube. They did, NASA are still looking for those balls that he smashed over the bar. If Cantwell can get over his ego and play with Raskin as he has, this should be a good result for Rangers, says Mr. Bluemilk. An excellent point. Has Diamande or whatever his name arrived at Ibrox yet? Sharpie, have not got a clue. I will find out. Don't rate Goldson, but think we could use him. I think the one thing about Goldson is the fact that his organisational ability is very good indeed, Alder. That's what he's there for. He covers for Tav a lot when Tav goes flying forward. That's where we kind of miss him. John Suter has got, John Suter will be bang up for this game tonight. He's ex-Hearts, against their City rivals. Hopefully he comes and he plays tonight, plays well. Should have played Raskin forward, drop Cantwell. Jack beside Lundstrom, says William. Interesting call from William. Callum, good to have you, Callum. Be a hard game with our squad struggling to score goals. I think, that is one thing. That is one thing. Hopefully Silva grabs a goal tonight and shows he's a better finisher than Dessers, says Daniel. I hope so, Daniel. Thanks, Aldo. Always nice to get a bit of love from the fans. What else have we got here? I got the team spot on. Well done, David P. Excellent guesses from you. Matondo will keep swapping. Remember, PC sees Matondo as more central. That is an interesting comment there, Bobby. I think, we could have a situation where we, have a rotation. And I think, you look at that front three that we've got up there. Let's bring the team up again for a minute. If you look at that front three of Cantwell, McCausland, Matondo, and then Silva as well, I think there is a real potential to have a real fluidity and rotation to that. And, the more rotation and fluidity you have around your front four, the better, because you make yourself hard to pick up. You make yourself hard to mark. I think if you've got someone who doesn't go up and stand up against a centre half, you're automatically causing a problem there for their centre halves. Again, if Matondo comes to the middle and Silva goes out wide, you've got confusion there. The central defenders don't know, do I go with Silva or do I stay in the middle? Who do I pick up? Who do I mark? If Cantwell goes on beyond Silva, then, the defensive midfielder's got a decision to make. Does he go with Cantwell or does he stay? Does he then drop onto Silva? And you can get a lot of confusion caused at the back. So that is one good thing, I think, about this team. Gareth, you are 100% right. A fast start is so very important. At the end of the day, it has to be a situation where we get that early goal. I think an early goal will really settle the nerves tonight. It works with Silva up front tonight. I can't see us bringing in a striker in this window. Interesting shout there from Weirdo with a Beardo. Love that. That's a fantastic name, guys. Guys, 146 of you watching. Please smash that like. It would be fantastic if you could. What else have we got here? Aldo says, anyone hear the new song about Silva? Pretty catchy. Lol. Agree, Aldo. Looking forward to seeing what he can offer us. But he's not a 9. That's my worry. We're relying on him and he's not even a 9. I think the problem is at the moment we have not got an out-and-out 9, Stuart. Someone who we can really rely on to get us the goals. Yes, Dessers has scored goals. I get that. But the worry with Dessers is the fact that he needs 5, 6, 7 chances to score 1 goal. And, that may work when you're playing Livy or Dumbarton or Ross County or Hibs or Hearts or you're playing against St Johnstone. But if you're playing against that lot from across the city, to a lesser extent against the Sheep, to in Europe as well, you do not get that number of chances to score, and that is always a worry. We always play well at Easter Road usually. Tav loves a goal as well, William, doesn't he? Could be a Liverpool-like attack, striker, doctors, wingers getting behind, and Cantwell gets in. That's, I think, it is a very much it is very much a modern way of playing. No out and out striker, to have a rotation of a striker. Liverpool did it with Salah and Firmino and Darwin Nunez and Cody Gakpo and all those guys. There was no out and out striker. There was kind of a rotation there as well. And that is kind of a modern way of playing, not to have an out and out nine, you have that rotation about the point, rotation of strikers to really cause some confusion. If Matondo is more central, I expect Tav to get a couple tonight because of the amount of fouls. Matondo's pace will draw a lot of fouls. That's an interesting shout. Football is a team game. Goals should be spread throughout the team. That's a good point. That's what Derek McInnes was saying. I would love to have him back, the Sharpie. Perhaps not in his current shape, but yeah. But no, William makes a good point here. It is what Derek McInnes was saying, that no longer is it just down to your 9 to get your goals. It is, down to the fact that we need everybody to share those goals, that we need to be across the pitch, that we are getting the goals from midfield, from the wings, from up front. You share the goals out. That's what Derek McInnes was talking about in an interview that he did very recently. What was the last score? He said, I think it was 4-1 or 4-0, something like that. Was it Hadji scored? Or was it 3-1? I don't know. Can't remember. Nervous regarding defending set pieces tonight. Yes, Daniel, what a good shout. That is one that we do need to watch tonight, is the defense of the set pieces, because at the end of the day, we do concede from corners. At times, corners are becoming like penalties. It is a case that that could happen. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, set pieces are a big worry for me. Hopefully, Big Balogun, Big Suter can make sure we shore that back up. I think what does help as well is if you look at the set pieces we've conceded in recent times, it wasn't Jack Butland in goal. Jack, I think, comes for those and is a lot more solid. Io in the transfer window is a week from shutting, and it's still no sign of a number 9. We'll struggle to get the ball in this season. Good point. As long as we get the 3 points and get Gary, great point. I think that is what it is, mate. It is about getting the win tonight. That's all it's about tonight. I don't really care about the performance tonight. All I want to see is a win. That's what I want to see tonight, is just a win. Just give us a win. That's all we want. Whether it's a scrappy 1-0 or a scrappy 2-1 or whatever, or 2-0. As long as we get the 3 points tonight, this is one of our games in hand. We have got injuries. We have got players missing. We have not got a fully fit squad to go from. And I think as long as we get the result and keep us moving forward, that is the key thing tonight. Was it no, Clement? It was absolutely 4-0. It was 4-0 at Ibrox. Hopefully not, Blue Baron. Hopefully not. All the top teams need an elite finisher. Even Liverpool, with their fluid attack, have Salah as a main goal scorer. Good point. Aaron Larg says 4-2-4 with Silva and Cantwell playing as 10s to try and draw out the Hibs centre-backs, exploit the space in behind them. Interesting shout. That's a good point. Suffolk Loyal, absolutely. It was at Ibrox, bud. Okay, fantastic. Stetters will be a legend. Maybe not. Maybe not. We win 3-1 last time at Easter. That was it. Hadji scored, didn't he, as well? Hadji scored. 3 points for Scotland's most successful football team. That's all that matters. Absolutely agreed. Big time. RFC 56. Game in hand. It's a must win to prove we can go for the title. That's the thing. We've got to win these games in hand. As Craig Riggins said, 3 points tonight is all that matters. Stuart, we repeat tonight would be lovely. I think a 3-1, obviously. I know I'm repeating myself, but if we start fast and pull away, we can start managing the squad with more minutes for the youth or players coming back. We'll do the confidence of the world of good. Great point from Gareth there. Victor Roberts, thank you very much. Just a recap of that team, guys, if you've just joined us. Team for tonight is Butland in goal, back four of James Tavernier, John Suter, Leon Balogun, Ridvan. Ridvan is in the team. Alex, I'd love that, but I can't see it happening. Alex, for that to happen, we'd have to create him 18 chances, or 15 and 18 chances for that to happen, mate. Ridvan in the team, so obviously, there's still that rumour around Ridvan departing. There's been more rumours around the Ajax left back on loan today. But Ridvan is still here. He is playing, and as Philippe Clement said, as long as they are still here, they are going to be playing, and that is the key thing there. So that's our back four. Lundstrom and Raskin in front of the back four tonight. Raskin needs a big game tonight. Really does need a big game tonight. Raskin needs to get out there and show that he is worthy of his place. He needs to get back to the form he was showing previously. He really does need to go box to box. He needs to make sure he's always available. He needs to bring the ball forward, start attacks. But the key thing for Lundstrom and Raskin tonight, picking up the ball from that back four, is they need to play it with pace. Don't slow it down. If you slow it down, you give time for Hibs to reset, to go back probably into a 4-5-1. I'm guessing one of their strikers will drop back into the midfield to help with their defence. So we do need quick, fast ball going forward. Behind the striker, we have McCausland on the right, Matondo on the left, Cantwell in the 10 role. We really need Todd to step up tonight. Really do need Todd to step up tonight. It's got to be the situation there. And Fabio Silva starts up top. Interesting there. Victor Roberts says, corner kicks worry me. Victor, they always worry me as well. Too busy watching the news saying the British public is ready to be called up for a war. Oh, great. That's just what we need. Dessus will come good this half. I love your optimism, Mez. I love your optimism. Love your optimism. Dessus is on the bench pacer. I'm guessing we'll see him at some point, unless obviously Silva's having an absolute stormer. The Baz fella says Hibs will raise their game as it's Rangers, but we must rise to them intensity wise. Absolutely, we've got to play with the same intensity. Thank you very much, Blue Baron. Thank you very much. Guys, 218 of you watching. If you can all smash the like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, just a reminder, we have no Patreon here. We have no paywall. This channel is all about providing you with all the latest news, views, and updates for free. I'm bringing you all the latest information. What's happening with Diamande at the moment? It still hasn't been finalised yet. We're guessing it'll be finalised at some point this week. No news that he's even in the country yet. So there we go, guys. Look at this. Tonight is all about getting the result. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me what the performance is particularly like. I mean, we don't want it to be dire, certainly not. As long as we get that game won tonight. That is the key thing tonight. Gareth is spot on with what he says. Yes, Owen, move the ball quickly and forward. If we slow this game down tonight, this is going to cost us. It will absolutely cost us tonight if we slow this down. If we slow this down, it will become harder to break them down, harder to create clear-cut chances, and therefore we will hopefully, therefore we're not going to get the goals we need to be getting tonight. It will make this game far more stressful than it needs to be. Stuart says, Cantwell doesn't start showing up, mate. Clement will drop him. He said he's given chances, but not too many. If Lawrence can get fit and stay fit, that is the key thing. Keep Dessus on the bench. Hopefully we'll make him play better using him as a sub. Like I said, Lee, earlier in the podcast, in this little podcast, this mini pod, he does play better from the bench. When he played, it was at Feyenoord. He looked better. He did look better. He came on, he scored goals. Can this team play fast with pace? I think they can, with Raskin taking the ball from the back four. Raskin does have some urgency about him. We do need Raskin to step it up and really play forward. Gallant, hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to have you here. Guys, this team tonight is, like I said, it's probably the strongest lineup we can name tonight. Butland, Tav, Suter, Balogun, Ridvan, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, McCausland, Matondo, and Silva. I see some nice fluidity, some nice interchange of players. If you go back to when Philippe Clement was appointed, he talked, didn't he, about the fact that he wants the players to be able to interchange positions, that he wants a fluidity to his team. And I think these four guys are more than capable of doing that. Silva can play on the wing. He can play as a 10. Cantwell's proved in against Copenhagen that he's willing to do that change of position with Silva. Matondo can go central. McCausland can go left. There is a fluidity there to this team for definite for me. What else we got? Diamande will take Cantwell's place if he doesn't show more. Great point, Stuart. That could well happen. Don't know how true it is, loyalist, but the more this drags out, the more chance somebody will nick him and get him. That is always the worry. We need to come out of the traps. We do, absolutely. Let's put this to bed. I like that point. Nothing but 3 points. Hoping Silva gets his first goal. Me too. I'd love to see Silva score tonight. Sharpie says 3-0. 3-1 says Gareth. Cantwell needs to have a good game tonight. Always a sunny day, Buster. You are spot on, buddy, with that comment. I think tomorrow the club will come out about Diamande. I think that's a good shout, buddy. What else have we got? Glad King and Divine on the bench. Hopefully they get some minutes. Yeah, I'd love to see them get some chances tonight, Lee. 3 points tonight, high intensity from the start and pin them back. I need a massive drive from tonight until the end of the season. The league is not over yet. 56 is still ours to go and get. We are the people. George, love that message. Love that optimism. Greg Guthrie, hey, another new name in the chat. Great to have you. There is certainly pace in the front, which hopefully we'll use well tonight. There is. Silver's quick. Matondo's quick. McCausland's quick. There is pace up there to really threaten them. Aaron, controversial. 4-0 Jers, says Aaron. 2-0, says Victor. Wonder where the goals will come from tonight. Silver strikes me as a creator rather than a scorer, says Gallant. And Matondo is hot and cold too. Well, hopefully Silver can get that tonight and get some goals tonight. Canwell is no different to any other player. Play well or you're out. Absolutely. How long is Sterling out for? He's back, Baz. He's on the bench, buddy. He's on the bench. We'll have a quick look at that bench in a minute. I'm hoping Silver can really rip Scottish football apart and be the best player in the league. You know, he certainly came in when Wolves paid £35 million for him. He certainly came with a very big reputation. You look at that bench tonight: McCrory, Jack, Dessers, Lawrence, Sterling, Wright, Barisic, King and Devine. You know, in Lawrence, in Sterling, in Jack, in, I suppose, Dessers, in Scott Wright, you've got people who can come from the bench, have an impact, change the game a little bit, change the way we play. You know, I think if Cantwell isn't doing it tonight, stick Lawrence on. What have we got to lose? Get him some more minutes. Tom Lawrence is a good player. Lol, love it, Gallant, love it. Yeah, 209 people watching. Please smash that like, guys. Okay, you know what, guys? We are going to be back to... That would be fantastic, Alex. Thank you so much for that support. Look, we need to get... we need, obviously, tonight to get this victory. We will be back at 7:35 to bring you the game live. Janet McFarlane says, as long as we win, we take any score. It won't be easy tonight. Absolutely. Spot on. Hopefully not. No, Larry's not on the bench. Larry is going out on loan. I don't think we're going to see him ever for the Rangers first team this well. We're not going to see him this season. Philippe Clement said that. So there we go. Last time Loro came off the bench, he got injured. Good evening. Going to change my mind. 3-0 all in the first half. Interesting. Philippe, hey, how you doing, buddy? Love your team. Guys, we will be back at 7:35 to bring you the live stream of this game. So please come and join us for that. Yes, I think we will miss Connor Goldson at the back, defending set pieces. It's when we give goals away. So, guys, come back and join us at 7:35 for the game live stream. We will be back, obviously, then. I wanted to bring you the team news, get a few opinions, get a few things. Do you ever do a podcast, or is it just YouTube? You mean on Spotify and on Apple things? I do upload some of them, buddy. I do upload some of them. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. On the way out, if you can, smash the like. And if you can, obviously, always remember for me, never, ever forget, we are the people.